I had started my basketball way back in 1968 or 69 when I was in the Fatima convent. And it was the game being played over there had attracted me to the game, to the basketball. Sister Isabel, who used to take care of the convent's basketball, had really influenced me and had given me an opportunity to play for the schools in the inter-districts, and that is how my basketball career had started. And played for 2 national school games, and then for junior nationals, and for a decade and a half for senior nationals. And ultimately got selected in the Indian basketball team in 1983 and had an opportunity to play against American team. See, basketball was very much being played here in Bhavnagar, and to speak about it, that we had learned that Jairam Bhai Desai, we can call it the father of basketball in Gujarat. Then there was Jayanti Bhai Patel, Harshad Bhai, KB Desai in Baroda, and Natu Bhai Gohal, Ramji Bhai Makwana, and Kirit Bhai Oza. These were the pioneers so far as this game is concerned, and for a growth of basketball in Gujarat. When Kirit Bhai left, it was taken up by young blood Shakti Singh Gohil and Safiq Sheikh, who then took over as a president and secretary of the State Basketball Association. And almost since, I can say, at least 1.5 decades, they are administering the state basketball, and they are doing it very well to promote and develop the game in the Gujarat. The sports has changed a lot. Earlier, we remember that we used to play on a clay court. We used to water the court and then take to game. Then we switched to tar court. Ultimately, we got a cement court, and from cement court, now we can say the wooden courts, indoor stadium. So there is a lot of transformation in this game, and around the way, even every other aspects of the game have improved a lot. And facilities also to the sportsmen has been extended by the government in abundance. See, more the sports is there is more development. Once you get an exposure to the nationals, senior nationals, international games, then that certainly has an impact on the sportsmen and their game. It constantly keeps on developing. So we should say it's a hats off to the government for developing the sports arena as well as the sports culture in the country of India, in an entire nation. This will certainly help a lot in promoting the basketball, in particular in Gujarat, because there is a second international event being held. Just a few days back, we had an World Cup qualifying rounds in Ahmedabad. Now again, this event has come up of Under-18 Asia Cup, which shall certainly benefit a lot to the sportsmen of Gujarat, and it will bring us great development in the basketball particularly. When we see the national players and when we see the NBA players, we see the difference. So when we get an exposure to watch the international players playing in Ahmedabad, it will certainly bring a big boost to the game. And that swift-footed, their skill, their talent, their stamina, their build-up, all these things will impress our sportsmen and will learn towards the sports and will accordingly put in more sincerest effort in developing their own game and bring it to the standard what they are observing right now. That's really very fine, because actually earlier we had no such facilities. The game was being played totally outdoor, and now there's wooden courts, indoor stadiums. This has bring a big boost, has encouraged the sportsmen and have brought vast improvement in their performances also. And that is how the things are coming up. We can see now, earlier there were hardly any indoor courts. Now we see the several indoor courts here in Gujarat itself. We have a sports complex at Sitsar. We have similarly at Anand, at Ahmedabad, Veer Savarkar, as well as many other indoor stadiums have come up in the different district headquarters in Gujarat, which we can see is boosting up the sports to a great level. And that is how it has brought about the improvement in the state's basketball standard. We have now clinched the runners-up position in the juniors, and even in the senior nationals, state basketball is doing very well and have been a constant member of a elite group for years. So that is what we can see, that these facilities which the government has extended to the game, to the sports, has done a great good to the Gujarat basketball. Earlier it was Mr. K.B. Desai who had brought the West Zone Nationals and Interzonals pre-Asian basketball at Baroda. Likewise now, the duets from S, Sakti Singh Gohel, President of State Basketball, Safiq Sheikh, Secretary General of Gujarat State Basketball, under the able leadership of Adhav Arjuna, President BFI, and Kuljit Singh Gill, the Secretary General BFI, under this able leadership and the able assistance of Umesh Pathak, the retired Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax, they all are working very well in developing each and every part of a state in a nation. So this opportunity given to the Gujarat will certainly do a great good to all the sports in the nation as a whole. I would like to say the youngsters, earlier we used to say that sports is detrimental to studies, but now it's not so. Sports is on the contrary, developing the students and enabling them to perform well in the studies too. And instead of sticking merely to the books, I would advise that the children should take to the sports which will develop them physically as well as mentally, and a healthy body always has a healthy mind. So instead of being a bag of bones, they should be a sturdy, strong, swift-footed, and sports helps in molding their career and provide them a leadership opportunities. So one should take to the sports, and we see these days that youth has taken to the drugs, which is surely ruining them as well as their entire family life. So the youth especially should keep themselves away from the drugs and say pure no to the drugs and yes to the sports, because if you are once in the field of sports, it will surely enable yourself to build up your career, to build up your character, and keep yourself away from all unwanted vices and unwanted things in a person. Earlier parents were thinking that if we give the time to the sports, they will not be able to do the justice to their studies. But it's not so. Studies, on the contrary, is very much helped by the sports. One who has played the sports can certainly do very well in the studies too, because in the field of sports, they require to think a lot and implement their ideas. So likewise, the same principles, if they apply in the studies, it will certainly do a great good to the students in their study career. So it's really good to take to some sports and play the sports for the development of yourself and for the family as well as for the nation. We should be very much thankful to the Gujarat government, and under the able leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Bhupendra Bhai Patel, Deputy Chief Minister Harshbhai Shanghvi, and a young local leader Jitu Bhai Waghani, who has done an yeoman's job for promoting the sports in Gujarat. If any tournament is there, I do not know much about the other districts, but here in Bhavnagar I can say that when some events are organized, Jitu Bhai Waghani is always there to give a pat on the sportsman's shoulder, which goes a big way in bringing the development of the sports in Gujarat. One more thing I would like to add. Okay, I've talked about the Gujarat, but how can we ever forget our honorable, loving Prime Minister Shri Narendra by Modi, whom we will surely say is a father figure. What not he has done for promoting and building up the sports in the entire nation. When he was a chief minister here in Gujarat, he started Khele Gujarat, and Mahakumbh sports was played with a great vigor and gave a big abundance opportunities to the sportsmen to play out their best. When he went and took over the nation's reign, he started Khele Bharat. So we are all heartily thankful to our beloved Prime Minister Shri Modi, and we can see that he is truly a loving Prime Minister who has done great good to the sports and the sportsmen. Earlier, I don't think so. I do remember that any Prime Minister had talked personally to the sportsmen. He is that figure, that person, that personality who personally took an interest, kept himself awake, and see that what is the results ultimate of that game. Be it a boxing, be it a wrestling, be it archery, be it cricket, or be it any event. He is always there to pat the sportsman's shoulder and congratulate them personally. And even to that extent that you would host a dinner and talk to each of the sportsmen personally when the nation's leader has this ability in him to promote the sports. I am sure that country has a long, bright future. And so very much thankful to our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Modi for doing an abundance of work in the field of sports besides handling many important matters of the nation.